Thank you for joining us at Beerfish Fanatics. And this episode is actually brought to you by Whisker Secret Tackle.
So make sure you guys go to whiskersecret.com for all your catfishing gear.
Enjoy the episode, guys.
So it's like a whole separate little bar in the bottom of another one, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. All right, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Beerfish Fanatics. This is Granny with Ma Pop Fishing. We have
Kit with the Fishing Kit YouTube channel.
And today we are on site at a new location. Quick shout out to, holy shit, I'm loud. Hold on. Quick shout out to Bruno for setting us up here at Ken's Not So Speakeasy. This is, if you guys haven't been to Central Des Moines, you guys got to check out the Iowa Tap Room, which is right above us. But below is a bar called Ken's Not So Speakeasy. That's kind of where we're at right now. And it's a pretty unique spot. That's for darn sure.
A lot of cocktails and stuff.
For sure.
So
a lot.
If you want beer, you go upstairs.
True. You can get beer here.
Yeah. They got
a
a
nice
few.
setup, too. It's just low key and it's just away from big crowds.
Yep. Pretty cool. I mean, if you guys don't know what speakeasies are, I think we were just kind of talking offline a little bit. It's just kind of, I think back during the Prohibition days, speakeasies were created or around during that time to allow people to drink alcohol when it was illegal, I believe.
Yeah.
And it was like, there's supposed to be like, I think there were like secret knocks or something on the doors and shit like that. So I don't know.
Kind of like an after hour, huh?
Something like that.
Something like that.
Something like that. So
It's an after hour.
if you guys are wondering who's joining us today, we got the two gentlemen that this is their second time on here, so it's kind of cool. I'm glad to get them back on to kind of recap their season. We got Daniel and Jose here joining us again. And welcome, guys. How you guys doing?
Good.
Getting chilly. Getting chilly.
Yeah, it was pretty chilly today, man.
Yeah. It's a little time to relax
There you guys
from
go.
the season.
For the season. So
Yeah.
we'll jump into that and see how you guys are doing. Like I said, thanks for just joining us and hang out with us. And if you guys are wondering, I'm drinking because I had a old fashioned earlier. I'm really risking it this week, I swear to God. And then now I'm drinking a Coors Light. I gotta take it a little bit easy. I gotta go domestic.
Go light.
What do you got, Kit?
I got the Tank Puncher, I think that's what it's called.
Tank Puncher?
Yeah, from Reunion.
Tank Puncher.
Yeah, no,
It's
Tank
pretty
Puncher.
good. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a
Should be on video.
7.5% though.
Oh, there you go. He's gonna be nice and
It's a little stronger one. This one.
Yeah.
he's gonna be nice and tanked.
Oh, yeah. It looks a little thick there.
Yeah.
There you guys go. Cheers, cheers, cheers.
Pretty good though.
So if everybody's just kind of wondering, because we have a lot of new listeners nowadays, do you guys mind to just kind of give you guys a little bit of heads up what you guys do, what you guys been doing, and what Daniel and Jose is all about right now?
Pretty much just going out and fishing and trying to learn in these bass tournaments, but this year wasn't too good for us.
It was a rough one.
It did not work out.
It was definitely a rough one.
Yeah, didn't see a whole ton of posts from you guys this year.
I've been kind of not fishing that much either, and then Jose's been busy doing work, and so I just stayed home with the family and just haven't done much.
This was your guys' second year on the tournament road. Third year. So
Third year.
do you guys so you had the first year, second year, not third year. What do you guys feel was, I guess you can say, that helped you guys be successful previously? I mean, what did you learn, I guess, this year?
Boy, I tell you,
Free fishing. You need to pre-fish.
Pre-fish is a big thing, but being really busy this year, the way things kind of just changed for what at least I thought was gonna happen for throughout the year is just things come up and it just takes you away a little bit. Obviously we both have families, and prior to last year, it was just a lot of fishing. It was just a lot of pre-fish.
We had 14 tournaments last
It
year.
was just constantly busy, so there wasn't a lot of family time, honestly. Especially on my end. I know Daniel as well. And this year, giving the family some time was great, but it also affected us out there on the water.
The results.
The results. I mean, we started out, just rough all year. I mean, trying to be better and do better in tournaments is getting out there, doing that pre-fish as much as possible. 2-3 times throughout the week, getting prepared for the following week of tournament, or even that weekend of tournament. Is trying to get out there, but trying to find a schedule and everything. It was a tough one.
Yeah, family, a lot of homework.
Yeah, a lot of homework. Family, at least for me, I know Daniel as well. We spent a lot of time with our family this year, but also, I have my line of work and I do a lot of other work other than my normal 7 to 3 job.
For sure.
So,
I've always wondered. So the pre-fishing, when people, because I don't know jack shit when it comes to tournament fishing, but when people say pre-fishing, so if everybody pre-fishes, does that affect the bite of the fish? When I say affect it, because the pressure, because there's so much pressure, does that all of a sudden affect the way the fish reacts during the tournament then all of a sudden?
It can.
Okay.
Because, we've been out and we'll do good, but then we'll shake a lot of fish off too.
Oh, okay.
So, you'll feel them take off. We find a spot and I'm like, okay, there's a lot of fish here. We kind of tend to leave it alone. But then there's other people that say they'll find the fish, they'll just beat them, they'll be there, because they come in and out. So but so who knows? But we like to think that they're going to stay there. But then we got a lot of the other guys that come in too, and they're finding spots and catching fish. And
for sure.
we come in the next actual tournament day, and it's just completely different.
Yeah, because they done ripped them up. You know what I mean? They put a lot of pressure on them. Like,
and some of the guys will say, "Oh man, we did good yesterday. Today it wasn't good."
We beat them up yesterday.
You're not supposed to do. You shouldn't do that because it hurts you. It hurts you tremendously. I wish everybody thought, not kind of like what we do. We try to take that format and just not set hooks. We know they're there. Let's move on. Let's find other spots. And I wish others take that into consideration. But no, excitement and setting hook on fish.
And it sucks because you go drive an hour and a half, 2 hours, and you want to catch fish, and then you're like, oh man, I know they're here, and you want to beat them.
It is. It's hard to get out there and you drive that length of time, and then you start getting bites and you're setting hook, and setting hook is like, I came to fish too, But if you're for tournament reasons, it'll hurt you.
For sure.
Yeah.
At least we think it does.
Yeah.
So how many tournaments did you guys do this year?
This year we did
8 actual club tournaments, and I think 2 openers.
2 openers.
Okay.
Correct. 10 total for the year.
Gotcha.
Compared to, what was it, 16 last year? 14?
and then plus openers.
Okay.
Last year.
So it's like one weekend pre-fish, next one tournament.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So we were gone every weekend.
Jeez.
Or 2 tournaments back to back, one weekend and the following weekend.
Yeah, we had some that were right back to back.
So that's technical. So so people understand, like, tournament fishing is not easy. It's like the time, the dedication it takes, because it's not just going on one weekend. I fish the tournament and just leave, and then you're done. It doesn't work that way. You guys prepare schedules and everything. So I can definitely understand how that can be difficult when you have families and work and everything. Yeah.
Stressful.
Yeah.
Stressful. Yeah.
I like to pout when I'm on the lake.
Big time.
I'll be mad and just talking to myself. And I'm like, what the hell are you saying back there? And I'm just back there just mad. Smack the rod in the water,
I'm not ready to shock the fish. Here you go.
If you guys, are you guys going to be running it back again next year? Or are you guys going to be tournament?
Yeah.
Is there anything from, obviously for the first 3 years of experience, anything you guys plan on doing different for season 4 or year 4?
Hopefully getting out more.
Okay.
We're learning maps more, so
getting out more. I've liked to do a lot more. I don't know. I enjoyed this year running, even it was closer to probably towards mid of our season. Just learning to use crankbaits. Crankbaits was it became a little hot item for me. It was learning how to use them. You know what I mean, properly. What where to cast, how to bring it in through the structure. Just different things, and I've picked up quite a bit, and so hopefully I can make something happen there next year. Just finding different techniques, different things, trying to come up with a banjo minnow would per se,
Banjo minnow.
And let's change it up. But what was crazy this year is like
Nothing worked.
No, it like
Nothing
fishing in
worked.
that style of fishing is like they weren't particular where they should be. They were more, everything was just hugging the banks this year.
Yeah, some of the guys that beat the bank
Did well.
won that. Yeah, they placed second. Seemed like every year that we've done it, we went first, second, and then our third year we ended up in third. So hopefully
Yeah.
fourth year
We'll jump back up.
top three.
Hopefully we can jump back up.
This was your
But-
down year.
Yeah.
Next year it's gonna be
Well,
back
it seemed
up.
like every year we was just going down one by first, second,
So-
third. So
Third is still not bad.
no,
No,
at least
it's
it's
not.
least top three. You
Yeah.
get still get our
It's-
little
it's-
trophy
it's,
and everything.
It's a win. It's a win.
For sure.
If I always look at it this way, and I tell Danny, if we was pros, we wouldn't be doing amateur. You know what I mean?
For sure.
But it's always been, say a dream, but
We ain't gonna get there.
nah. Let's just
Yeah,
have fun
there.
while we're doing it now. You know what I mean?
I don't
I
believe that
enjoy
you
it.
can be whatever you want thing. So
Yeah.
if you can't sing, you ain't gonna make it and sing. We can fish all right, but not enough to
It's
be
just,
pros.
it's just being able to be able to win and also be able to lose. Take a win with the loss.
Even though losing sucks.
Danny,
Bad.
Danny hates life.
I hate it.
He hates life.
I hate it. Then I get out there and I'm like, I can't believe we just lost this.
Yeah.
That one
Yeah.
lake, same lake last year, Darling. So we don't even know what place we're in because we're like, dude, we've been doing bad. So and then the guys come up, he's like, so you guys ready? We're like, well, yeah, they're like, well, it's a 3-way tie for third. I'm like, well, who's tied? He's like, well, you guys and us. And I'm like, well, what? So I said, oh, dude, we got to win this damn tournament. I said, we got to place, just beat them. That way we're at least ahead a couple points. And that way they have to come, and catch up. No. One damn fish again, like last year.
last year.
Killed us.
Yeah.
We were running first to win. Got to that lake. Nothing. Had a fish that was just meeting, the flame
14-inch
Yeah, we
limit.
just threw it back. I said, I'm not going to go weigh that one fish. He ain't going to give us nothing. Came up, packed everything, getting there. You guys are leaving? Yep, we're gone. We ain't got no fish. Same thing. Same lake screwed us again.
But this time we did weigh that fish.
Yeah, this time we did because we had everything we needed.
Because it's still some points. You get points for bringing in the fish, versus only just for not just showing up. A point's a point.
Yeah.
We need that point because that's what we won by.
so,
we
yeah,
won by one point.
So it's a good thing you weighed in that fish.
Correct.
Yeah, because
correct.
now we would have lost.
Yeah.
Wow.
So then we
Yeah.
got to what lake was that?
Viking,
Viking.
the last lake.
Viking Lake, dude. That
Yeah.
thing, rough. So we pre-fishing was great.
the
We're like, oh,
rain.
this is good.
Yeah,
rain,
we did well.
lightning, and did good. Come next day, it's nice and sunny and little wind. Cannot catch a 14-incher. We caught what? 2?
We caught 3. We ended up weighing 3 fish.
Right away we caught 3, and after that I couldn't catch anything. It was 14.
No.
So is that the minimum size? 14.
Yeah, that's what they did. So you gotta have. They gave us through the messenger like a little piece of paper in case DNR comes because I think it's gotta be what 15 or 16, whatever it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a
Kind of like a pass, I guess.
Yeah.
So if you catch them, so then some of the guys didn't want to do no length limit. I'm like, well, no, we'll just keep. I want to do 14, which was good because everybody caught fish. So if we would have kept no limit. Everybody would have caught fish. We would have lost. So that's why I like the limit because it makes you want to work harder.
Makes
for that
sense
fish.
because then they would have weighed in anything that was so small.
Yeah, and they were
That-
ahead of 2 points.
yeah.
So if we'd all caught fish, we would have lost. automatic, unless we would have placed like first or something.
Right.
Yeah, but since we went with the 14, we had 3. Mm-hmm. The guy that was also tied got second, so he won second place. Mm-hmm. And then the other guys, what was it?
One fish.
One or two fish. So they're like, oh, dude, I think you guys took it. And they're like, well, no, wait, we're tied. We win because of big fish.
Yeah.
So I told them, well, we already lost. We didn't catch shit big this year. I think my biggest fish was 3-something maybe this year.
Yeah.
So I'm like, we didn't. I said, we lost then. And then they sent us a man up. Congrats, you guys got third. So by 1 point.
Yeah.
Gotta weigh them.
Yeah.
Third out of how many though?
How many boats?
Out of how many
11 boats or
how many teams?
There's 12 of us.
Or
in that
12, yeah.
12 in a group. Supposed to be
not a big.
No, it's just a small club.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the club called again? What's the name?
Coon Valley.
Coon Valley.
Bass Anglers.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It ain't no 30 boat.
Next year we're supposed to be adding a few more boats, 2 or 3 more
Yeah,
boats.
they want to add a few more.
Definitely branching out to like Okoboji area, stuff like that. So we'll
That's gonna
see.
be a tough one.
We'll see.
At least
Yeah,
running up there
yeah.
to Boji.
That's a little jaunt.
It's
It
an
is.
expensive
you're,
trip.
Yeah, you're talking about gas and stay, and then by the time if you even win, be lucky if you, you even out or probably still losing.
Speaking of gas, what did it run like? How was it compared to previous years? Because obviously this year's gas has sucked ass.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
it's bad.
Is it?
Well, that's a good thing probably that we didn't pre-fish that much this year because not. I mean,
So
half
you-
tank was taking us what $60-something,
Yeah.
maybe almost
Jeez,
$70
Okay.
Yeah,
to fill up.
Every time I went, it was a C note. It was $100.
That's just fuel,
Just fuel
For
and
the
a little
boat.
bit to eat, for the lake and water.
but still, it's
But
like
still, I mean,
compared to previous years.
Oh, we didn't mind going. Yeah, it wasn't bad at all.
no.
It usually takes a like 50-something, maybe to fill the truck up. I think almost
we used to be able to
$60.
go. I think it was $40.
Yeah, 40-something, $50.
Makes a big
Yeah.
dent.
Yeah,
Makes a
but
big
now
difference.
it's like
big
half a tank you're paying. Then you
Yeah.
get $50-something.
Yeah.
I filled the Jeep up today. Well, it wasn't too bad at Sam's. I think it was like $3.28. I think it was.
Man, I wonder where we'll be next summer. What
Oh my
gas is
God.
gonna look
Hopefully
like?
not 5.
Right, like
Shit.
4 something,
Be
$5.
$5.
No, I don't. Well, we're whining and bitching. Look at California, dude. I saw some of them.
That's what, $70?
Yeah, some of them are getting close to the $10 range, man. It's
That's
crazy.
sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Well, out that way, it's higher paying jobs, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
true.
But,
Because
their
everything's so
economy is
expensive, too.
higher
That's why they
paying,
pay a lot.
Yeah.
So.
Like, you can't go here with money and make it over there.
no,
No, if you come with money over there and come here, you're
Like, oh man,
Yeah.
Iowa's so cheap.
Yeah, they were like, whoa.
Well, I got somebody I know. They're like, "Oh, I'm going to California. This girl I met, house is $1.something million." I'm like, "Oh, nice."
Wait till you see it.
Yeah, got there. He's like, "Hell, it looked like one of our houses." He said,
not even.
"Yeah,
Dude.
because 2-bedroom, 1-bedroom."
I used to live in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
I lived in California for 13 years in San Francisco area, and I'm telling you guys, there's $1.5 million shacks.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's just shacks,
Like
but
New
it's
York,
just
expensive.
it's the spot, it's the location, and you're just looking at it like, what the hell is a 1-bedroom house, and it's just a shack, and it's 1.2 million or something.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It is.
But I mean, you can make as much as you want, but to afford a $1.2 million home, you're gonna have to make a good chunk change.
Yeah.
For sure, for sure.
Would there ever be a point where you guys are like, okay, it's getting gas is, well, not just gas, just costs in general. Would there be a point where it's like, okay, maybe
Well,
this
I mean,
ain't
we've
such a
already
great
talked
idea,
about
yeah?
going into next year, like the whole Boji trip. It's like, man, we want to go, that's for sure. But if it's a point where the gas is just stupid high and
Yeah, let's say gas is like
You know,
$4.50 a gallon or whatever,
$4.50 a
$5.
gallon, then stay at the hotel. It's like one day or that's it. It's just kind of like
Yeah.
Hopefully at that time we're sitting well in points where we can just not go up there.
Yeah, let's
and
skip
give it
this
up.
one. Let's
Worst
skip
case
this one.
scenario.
You know what I mean?
hopefully
So-
they're like, man, we need to fish this lake. Hope the guys
Yeah.
don't hear that. We might not go.
Right.
Can you edit that out?
Your competitor's like, shit, they ain't going, guys. Let's go.
Guys are dishing us. They ain't coming.
Yeah.
We'll dodge.
I'm sure a lot of the guys are. I'm sure they're thinking the same thing, man.
Yeah.
It's tough. 'Cause
Don't worry. See, this is reverse psychology. So your competitors are listening to this, and then you guys do go. They'll be like, shit.
yeah, they ain't going.
Yeah, they're tricking you guys, by the way.
Yeah.
It's mind power.
Yeah.
Like on Friday, got mind power over
yeah.
Debo.
There's a lot of good fish in there. A lot of good fish.
So season's done. What are we excited to fish for? Because I know you guys are always fishing for. Because we had this conversation. Like, you guys are always fishing for bass. You guys are prepping for tournaments. You know, tournament guys, right? What are you guys excited to start fishing for? That's not a bass.
Crappies and walleye.
Crappie and walleye. We
wait
plan
for
on
this time of the year.
Oh yeah. Usually around that second week of October is when I start chasing them walleye. Okay. So yeah, we will be out there this weekend.
Nice.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Our spot we had with the big crappies, done.
Yeah.
Desert.
Desert.
There's nothing there no more.
No. This year's been weird, man. This year's
Not
been pretty
pretty,
weird.
Yeah.
I wanted to go to Big Creek, but the winds and everything. No, I'm not going out
It was so windy
there.
today.
Yeah, not on the meadow.
Oh,
I'm not
yeah.
going out there on the meadow. Sink that thing. Where we went out one year, what was it like? Probably 30-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah.
We try to get to the boat ramp, and that little boat, so the waves would come, and it would take the boat like this, and then it'd go down, and the waves would come over. We're just sinking.
dude.
I said, "Oh no, this ain't good."
Yeah, you still have that thing, huh?
Yeah, it's a fun little boat. I like it. Yeah.
That bad.
It'll be on the market pretty soon.
Hopefully, if everything works out next year, I might buy a boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I do, I might have to let that one go.
There's some things Daniel got stirred up working in the back of his mind.
Don't ever work out you wanted to. All excited
Hey,
getting a boat, and then you're like, "No, it's not happening."
The wife is on board, so that's all that matters, you know.
Oh, hey, there you go. You already got the you got the
thumbs
green
up,
light.
So yeah.
You get the green light. That's good to go.
Yeah.
So there's nothing holding you back now.
No, there's not. I just don't
He
like
holds
having.
himself.
Yeah, I hold myself. I don't like having like a whole bunch of
Debt.
debt.
Yeah.
So I
hear
don't
you.
want to be like, oh, even if I can afford the boat now, I hate. Okay, I got this payment, or I got to pay this thing, and
Yeah.
I like having a little bit of like financial freedom, I guess.
For sure.
Because that'll kill you. You'll be like, dang, I can't do nothing.
Hey, ain't like the Joneses out there, West Des Moines. They all owe that stuff. It's just the way the world works anymore. I work hard. I'm gonna have something nice. You know,
You reward
That's
yourself.
it.
That's
Oh,
the whole
yeah.
point of it.
Reward, exactly.
I get it.
Exactly. So, you know, I can't take anything when I die. So,
Yeah.
you know, you leave it to your girls. You know, is it debt or is it paid for? Hey, I worked hard for mine. So,
You girls figure it out.
yes, exactly.
Good luck. I stole 20 on that.
You know,
That or the wife gets it.
enjoy life. You know, as it comes. You know, day by day. You know.
For sure.
See, I'm looking at a boat myself too.
Yeah. Ooh.
Not I was
Pontoon.
no. Party pontoon.
Dude, that would be awesome, man.
With a tap all the way around.
That would be
Yeah.
awesome.
What do you want?
Live karaoke on the lake and everything.
Holy shit. If you did that,
I'd put a bar on there, have a freaking grill.
Yeah.
Got the strobe lights going out in the middle of the lake.
dude, that would be badass,
Yeah.
kid.
Your kids singing out there. Kid, what?
You got to do it. You might have to look into
You'll
that.
see people zooming away from me as the karaoke starts.
Oh, dang.
Kids Paradise.
Hey, I like that.
Yeah.
Kids Paradise. There you go.
Oh, yeah, I don't know about pontoon, but it would be cool. So, what are you looking at as far as boats
That'd be
are
like a
concerned?
bass boat.
A bass boat.
Yeah.
Bass boat.
Are you particular to any brand or?
I mean, like the nitro boats are like more affordable because it's a boat that everybody buys. You know, like Bass Pro sells.
Bass Pro
So
has
it's
them,
more
right? Yeah.
affordable boat compared to like Ranger boats, Skeeter boats, and you know where you're paying high dollar for a boat. So
Yeah.
but it just depends what I see. I mean, I like nitro boats, and I've seen what is that Vex's boat that I seen? That one's aluminum, but it looks like I like the way it looks and stuff like that too. So it all depends. I've seen a nice like Ranger aluminum boat I like too, but it's got like a 60 horse on it, which it ain't bad. And I'm almost thought about it, like, well, I don't need a 150, 200, and most of the lakes we go to, we can't even we can't open it up. Whether it's just 3 mile, can't do it at 12 mile.
No.
Little River,
3 Mile Little River.
Little River's like 4-minute blast, and then
Green
you're done.
Valley.
Yep.
And Green Valley's not really real huge.
Yeah,
There's only a certain area you can really open
as much
it up.
as you want to have the big, to have fun, but I don't know. I mean, that little boat I seen's all decked out. It's got all Garmin stuff, everything, lights, everything on it. Cool little boat, but I'm like, so I don't know. Where you want to get, like a V bottom boat?
Yeah,
or?
probably DV.
Mm-hmm.
People are surprised when they hear me say DV. Like, I thought you'd. Most people think I'd get like a river boat.
No, like a
Flat
marine.
bottom.
Yeah, flat bottom.
I like those too, like the flat bottom with the boat with the marine front end to it,
Yeah, like the
Cut
modified
waves,
V.
yeah.
Yep.
Those are nice boats. They're wide. They're like what, 7 foot wide or more. I think depends which one you get. Yep.
It's still up in there. I might change my mind by the time spring comes. And I'm debating: do I want a tiller or console? Man,
He's
big
steering
decisions.
wheel just
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then people are like, dude, if you're a real fisherman, you got to get a tiller.
Yeah, tiller life.
yeah,
Tiller
just
life.
like, enjoy the whole back end of it.
Get the wallet.
Yeah, I just like those aluminum boats and stuff because how far, like the deck where it sits, it's the deck. Then you got the side of the boat. It's only up about this much. You know what I mean? On the front end where the deep V, you're here, and then you still got a lot of space. It's just,
Yep.
So I mean, it's probably because I like fishing for bass where they're pitching, and it's just kind of in the way and you're hitting it. That's
And
probably
it's
the only reason why.
Easier too to boat flip a fish in,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you're right on the water.
I hopped on the Drastic Plastics boat, and he's got a bass boat.
Yeah, I seen that video.
I think he had a what motor did he have? Like a Evan.
It was an Evan Brood,
like
SHO
225 or
or
something.
Flying.
Yeah, we were going like 70. That was crazy.
It's a blast. You're going that fast. She just
Yeah,
like, God,
literally, my cheeks were like, my neck was back here. Like,
Then you get a little scared because that boat starts going like this, and you're like, oh, you want to hold on.
yeah, I was clenching.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I seen that video. I had a blast watching that video. Kid's like, what the heck is going on here?
Right.
He's out there frogging and stuff. Yeah.
He's like a guy who never bass
Yeah,
fishes.
yeah.
I was out. So Scott, the guy I was with, he was catching pike and bowfin and stuff, and I'm like, I want to catch those.
Oh, them bowfins are crazy, man.
Dude.
I caught my first one
It's a
with
mean fight.
Minnesota, huh?
Yeah.
Tonka Lake so it's like 2 lakes and it's connected by like a
It's like a little
canal, little river that connects both of the lakes. So we're going. I see a tree and I threw a jig in there and the line takes off. And I'm like, dude, I got a big fish on. I seen something long there. I think it's a muskie.
Oh.
We get it up and I'm like, what the hell is this thing? And I'm like, oh, it's a bowfin. And I grabbed it and I'm all excited. I'm like, oh, I want to take a picture. Here's how big? It was nice. It was a good sized one.
It was over 24 inches. I know that.
Yeah.
It was
That's
big.
pretty
I mean, it was big.
Yeah.
So I don't know where to grab it. I know they got teeth.
Yeah, they do have teeth.
Yeah,
And so I'm
they're
like,
muscular.
I go to grab it and I thought I had it from, and that sucker starts moving. I'm going like this. You ever seen the videos where the guys hold the carp? and they're
Yes.
like- So that was me holding the fish, is going like this, and Jose's laughing. Didn't even take the picture. Hits the deck and then goes back into the water, and I'm like, no, and he's just laughing. I'm all ass hurt. Get a picture. I'm like, man.
It's like Danny trying to hold on to a walleye.
Yeah. Oh, I don't want to hear it. That's you too.
What? That's how you hold a walleye?
We've been burnt so many times. That's how I got my first
Bataluna.
chatterbait at Big Creek.
Oh, no shit.
dude.
Okay,
Middle of the
okay.
night, I was out there in that little minnow boat, and I'm like, one more cast. Smack, and I'm like, cool, this is a good one. So I'm like, oh, it's a nice walleye. So I'm trying to get the hooks on. This thing's everywhere. So I'm trying to grab it, and he's just. So I'm like, okay, I got one hook left, and I go to move it, and he jerks. I feel my hand go like this. I'm like, oh no. I said, this ain't good. And I could just feel weight on my hand. Them damn 2-tap KVD ones, whatever. They're heavy. So I'm like, I hope it ain't bad. And I turned my phone. I said, oh no. That thing was here,
dude.
and I could see the point wanting to come out over here. So I'm like, shit. There ain't nobody around. I'm like, oh no. Here I'm a little 6-horse Johnson that I had on before.
Dude.
So I'm like, damn. So I grabbed it and I ended up popping it through because I couldn't pull it out. So I popped it through. So now here I'm trying to start the little motor. When it's cold, it's a pain to get started. So with my left hand. We get it started, and I finally see a little light. I'm like, oh man, so I'm trying to go as fast as this thing just. It ain't going anywhere. And I'm like, oh, don't leave.
Yeah.
He's there, and I'm like, dude, tell me you got some pliers. He's like, what do you got? I said, I got this. He's like, oh crap. Tells his son, hey, throw me the wire cutter. He's like, here. He said, just throw him. He said, I don't want to fall in the water. He said, I won't fall in the water. Fell in the water. He threw him. Hit the dock, went in. I said,
Oh no.
damn, and he's like, oh, I got some other pliers. He said, you gonna take that out with that? He's like, oh no, I would went to the hospital. I said, I ain't going to the hospital. Ain't no hospital. So when I did just smash the barb
Yeah.
on the other side, and it just came right out. Yeah.
Oof, man.
Instead of trying to, since I already pushed it through, so instead of trying to yank it the other, I just smashed the barb and pulled it out. I thought I was gonna have to load the boat by myself, and I'm like, oh, this is bad.
Dude. Yeah. I don't throw a lot of hard baits, but I was throwing a topwater not too long ago, a spook, and man, those treble hooks,
Oh, they're scary.
they are scary.
Scary.
Wait till you get one.
It's a matter of time.
Everybody gets one.
Jose got one at Big Creek. As soon as we get there,
Oh,
I'm like, the bite's been good. I'm all excited we get there. He goes to stand up holding his rod like this. Well, he had that damn crankbait on one of the guides, didn't you? Instead of all the way at the bottom, where it should be, he had it like in a guide. So he went like this to get up, and he kind of slipped. His hand went down.
It was hooked to my reel
Yeah.
where I keep it under.
Caught it right on his thumb. He's like,
dude.
automatically I start laughing.
You love. We love other people's pains for some reason.
I turn white. I was a ghost.
Jose was like one of them little kids, and they're hurting. They don't want you to touch their scratch and stuff. I'm like, let me see. No, don't touch it. Don't touch it. He's just holding on to his thumb.
So what do you guys have to end up doing?
He finally wiggled it out. I'm like, let me just yank it out. He's like, no, just leave it alone. He don't want me anywhere near him, and I'm dying laughing. So of course he calls me all kinds of things. It's got to be laughing. Anything bad happens to him, I laugh at him.
Oh boy.
Gord, you ever have a hook in you?
Knock on wood. No.
Oh, dude, it sucks.
I mean,
It hurts.
I got pricks here and there, but nothing to the point where, like you're sweating.
God.
Like you're sweating. Like, oh man, how the hell am I gonna get this out?
Faint.
And you're in pain, and you don't know how to get it out.
I think his was worse just because
I haven't had that yet.
Just because it was
Not
in the
yet.
finger.
Yeah.
I had it up here, so I mean it hurt, but it wasn't like. Yeah, I almost fainted when I smashed my thumb on some heavy doors. I sat down and I'm like, oh my god! I was like, whoa! Started sweating. I'm like, oh shit!
That's what I'm saying. I haven't had the sweats yet.
I mean, that thing was. I'm like, God, dude.
God.
Oh yeah, it hurts.
Scary.
Something about the fingers and toes.
But I think, in our case, the way our lures that we use, like you said, we don't really use any hard baits, so we don't technically have that. Most of the time when we fish is soft baits and a hook. We don't even really use trebs. The only thing we have treb hooks on is like a spoon or something once in a while. But other than that, I think that's why we're lucky that we haven't had that issue.
I think I caught myself once with a regular hook, huh? When we went fishing, I grabbed the line, so I went and got the fish out, and when you swing and you grab it with one hand.
Yeah.
Well, it popped out, so it shot up, and then went right into my finger. And I'm like, but I didn't pass the bar, but I was like, so I try to stay away from him. Even when he hooks fish, Jose's got a tendency to hook, and he's like, rod's like towards your face. I'm like, just point it the other way, because I don't want to know where. Because if it comes off, it comes out flying
right
at you,
and
smack you in the face.
Of course.
So I just started trying to stay away from it.
Our last trip when we were down because we were catching some pretty decent sized fish. That's what I was afraid of. Even though we were just using like one hooks and everything, I was afraid of because we didn't have a net to land these bigger fish. I was just like,
we had to lay down on the. We're at this little spillway and there's a concrete walkway. So we had to lay down on the concrete
to land them
and reach down and grab the fish.
So like you're saying, if for some reason that hook flies off, it's coming right into the guy who's landing its face.
Oh yeah.
No, that's why you want to have your glasses on and everything.
Well, even if you had your glasses, I mean, it could still go up your knee.
Well, yeah,
you never know.
Better than your eyeball.
Yeah, right.
True.
Your face and your eye. So that's the important thing. The sun, but for that same reason, you want to have your glasses on.
Makes sense. For sure.
Oh yeah. It could
See,
be
now
bad.
that we're talking about it, it's gonna happen to one of us.
Yeah.
I know, man. We can. Dude, we have been talking about
Yeah.
a lot lately about.
Make sure you take a picture.
Yeah, send it to one that happened to me. Post.
Done. We're good. Hey,
God
we're
bless. God
part,
bless.
we're part of the club.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh boy, I don't know, man. I'm scared.
Yeah, I like that video Kit did bass fish because you never bass fish. So
No.
when I seen it, I was dying because he's just like, what's going on? You know?
It was fun. It was
Yeah.
fun. It was pretty fun.
That's what I mean. Like when you go and do pre-fishing and get ready for it, you got to find the big ones. You're not going to
Gotcha.
win getting 2-pounder. Sometimes you can if it's a real bad bite, but
Yeah.
you want the big girls, and they're hard to find. So I mean, there's people that are just good at reading maps and just know where they're going to go. You know,
For sure.
which is the guys that win
Yeah, all those guys.
all the time.
They there was another bass club that joined us that weekend, and one of the guys, he runs a series up there too. Yeah,
Where's
it's
this?
fascinating.
Minnesota?
Wisconsin.
No, Wisconsin.
Yeah. It's pretty cool stuff. I mean,
I think it was covered in pads and everything.
Yeah,
grass,
yeah.
you know?
yeah, we make fun of bass fishermen and bass fishing in general all the time.
We do.
But
That was my get back watching the video, and that's what you get.
oh, ain't so easy.
He struggled. He struggled so bad,
I was
dude.
laughing. I
Yeah.
enjoyed that video, and I'm just
He
like,
was like, man, it ain't so easy.
He's just like, dude, she's like, damn it. And the other guy, you said you got another one? Yeah.
I'm like, what the F, man?
and frogging that was my worst thing learning was, it's like when they blow up on it, you just like got a small delay and then you set the hook.
Yeah.
Once they blow it, I was,
wanna set the hook.
set
Yeah,
the hook.
me,
and
I'm just like,
rip it
oh,
right out the
Yeah,
mouth.
you see it
Instant.
instant. Yeah. He's used to
And
that.
you get excited when it's a big one, it's loud. You're like, you just want to set the hook.
Yeah, the grass and the pads are so thick. I'm used to not just once I hook a fish, just
Done.
try
Yeah.
to burn it in as fast as I can. And I think I lost a couple fish because I didn't, because it was just getting caught in all that grass and
Yeah,
stuff.
and they'll come off.
yeah, they'll pop off.
You gotta keep pressure on them.
I will, I'll give props to Kit. So by the time this episode comes out, I think the first leg, maybe the second leg of the Iowa 24 that we were working on has come out by now. But I'll give you guys a heads up. Fishing Kit was a bass fisherman for a few, I would say about a good hour.
Yeah.
And he
Got into him?
did really
I scored
well.
our bass point.
He did.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Nice.
He did really well. You guys are gonna want to check out the video. I'm like,
Okay.
He was on fire for the freaking bass for a good hour. It was pretty impressive.
I was like, oh yeah, bass fishing is easy.
I think he said that too.
I knew it was easy.
He did say that. He goes, man, this shit is easy, man.
That last video, I just said that for the guys that said it wasn't easy.
So funny though. I love it when the kid goes, man, we ain't bad for a bunch of bass holes.
Just put on their site, bass fishing is easy.
right. My bass redemption.
Yeah.
So I need to get a refill. So we'll do a little halftime here, Kit, and then I want to ask you guys a little bit because I'm pretty sure the whole freaking fishing world, the whole world knows about the cheating scandal.
Oh, yeah.
my
I almost brought that up when we were
Yeah,
just talking.
we will. We'll talk about that the second
There's some
half.
new juice that just came out.
There's some new juice. So
Yeah.
some new juice we heard today. So we'll get some refills, and I want to dig into the mindset of tournament fishermen, how they feel about that, how you guys feel about it, and all that shit. So we'll jump into that after we get a refill. Is that cool, guys?
Yeah.
Cool. Yep,
That's
that'll work.
great.
All right, everybody. We're back after a nice refill and had to do a potty break. So cheers, Kit.
Oh, cheers. Man, surprisingly, I don't have to go potty yet.
Yeah.
Usually, it's like turning on a tap once I start drinking.
It just goes out the other way.
Yeah.
So funny that I trained that he calls it potty. Let me go potty because the kids I would say go potty now.
Yeah.
Gotta go potty.
Nah, that's what he says too. It's funny. Kid doesn't have no kids, but he goes, I don't even go potty now.
Your potty break.
Go take
Potty
a
break.
tinkle, I'll be back.
I know about those potty breaks. Oh yeah.
Stressful.
Oh, so what if, during a tournament, if you guys got to take a potty break, what do you guys do?
Without getting in trouble.
Out the boat.
Out
the boat.
What if it's a number 2?
Off the boat.
Up the hill, out the boat, up the hill.
Got me off real quick.
So is it really? Will you get in trouble if you were to go to land and
I think.
poop?
We'd have to probably. I don't think we do, but if we're gonna go like the thing, we'd probably just let the guys know, hey, I gotta go to the restroom. But there was one day, now she brought that up on a tournament. What was it, Lake Morris?
Yeah.
So we're on the lake, and it's already a bad start. So I'm trying to turn the trolling more because it was only
Cow patties.
we got all bad. So I end up stomping on my remote or to the foot pedal for the troll, and I'm like, oh great, broke it.
Oh.
So the whole day I'm turning it on and I'm turning it with my hand.
Oh,
He's
dude.
all day enjoying himself back there just fishing, and my
I
back's
could have been
hurting.
laughing at him.
He was. My back was hurting. I'm like, God, it was windy, and I'm like, oh my God. Come around this corner, I was like, man, I gotta use the restroom. And I'm like, I can hold it. And I go around like this, and my stomach goes. I'm like, oh, this ain't good. So I said, bro, I gotta go. I said, I can't hold it. He's like, man, me too. He said, my stomach's good.
So this is a mid-tournament.
Yeah, this is like, I'm like, oh, this is bad. There's no way in hell I was gonna be able to make it. So he goes, man, back this way. So I turn the boat and go where it's real shallow. I'm like, we ain't got nothing to clean ourselves. So I had a frog tog suit,
You used to have one.
Yeah,
You
the
used
green,
to have one.
like green bluish, like fabric one.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's all I got, so we ripped it.
Made it happen.
This is the first time I've ever went to the restroom in the woods, right? So I'm like, oh man, so I'm going up there. I'm on top of the hill. Jose's at the bottom, so I go lean on a tree.
Oh, dude.
Was I leaning on a tree for? I can't remember. But no, I think I tried squatting first, and I'm like, oh shit! I started getting cramps on my
You're like, hey, your legs start shaking.
It started giving out, and I'm like, oh god! I got these damn pants hanging down here. So then I leaned myself on the tree, and I'm like, oh man, they want to cramp. So it was bad.
Shitting in the woods sucks.
Yeah, it does. It was horrible,
Not
dude.
fun.
No, I said I gotta get my legs right because I'm giving out.
I was born in the stick, so I don't mind it.
I mean, we had those little broke down little shacks where you can go, use a hole in the ground, but
Yeah.
I never had to just go drop it, squatting it. And Jose, he's all about it.
Squat and drop, baby. Squat and drop.
That's Jose. So we wiped with that damn thing. I said, that wasn't bad. I said,
It was almost better than Sherman.
it was all soft and everything. I'm like, that wasn't bad at all.
Oh, man.
Kept the suit in the little boat, didn't we, just
Yeah.
in case?
Yeah, in case of emergency.
What are the rules usually for that?
No, if you need to go, I mean,
Okay.
you're at a lake, campsite, whatever. Just go to the. You ain't gotta ask. Just
Okay.
That place ain't got
over.
restrooms, though.
They
don't have them
Go
restrooms.
use the bathroom.
Okay.
That particular lake didn't have none, so you're either squatting over the boat or you're gonna hit the bank.
Gotcha.
I swear I'm not doing anything suspect. The boat's gonna be lighter when I'm done.
It's human nature.
I have your ass hanging off the side of the boat like this, you sit there.
Because I asked it because I saw it. I think it was on either YouTube or TikTok or something. I saw a guy who was reeling in a fish and he jumped off the boat onto a platform or some sort. Then he got like a penalty. A penalty.
Yeah.
Some type of penalty. So that's why I was wondering if they.
Yeah, no, it's not like those pro deals where they drop a fish on there, or if it hits even if he's got on the line, it just touches the deck of the boat, and he has to sit down for
Really?
whatever minute, a few minutes. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, there's some bass tournaments that where if it hits the deck or if it comes off and it hits the deck, you get penalized. You got to sit down and wait for, I don't know if it's like 3 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever it is. It's like not a long period of time, but you have to
it's a
sit down
penalty.
and wait. Yep. And then the guy will tell him, okay, you're good to go, and he gets back up and starts fishing again. Yep. So I don't know if it's like Bass, whatever the Bassmasters that classic that does it, or if it's the FLW. I don't know which one it is, but I've seen Jacob Wheeler and DC and all them guys. The boat hits. He's like, dang, that barely touched, and he's like, oh, it touched. The tail just scraped the thing. I hope you got penalized, so you had to sit down.
I have no idea who you're talking about, but yeah.
Yeah. But so if the fish hits, specific things.
Yeah, anything on the boat, pretty much.
In the boat.
Yeah, in the boat, on the floor.
Wow.
So if it
Interesting.
swings it in and it comes off, and Yeah, you get penalized. You got to sit down for a few minutes.
Okay.
You know?
Is that just for like the safety of the fish, or?
I don't know. I don't think so, because you see some of the other guys like that fish and that boat and the fish will fall and then it's no big deal, you know. They just keep fishing.
Yeah.
You know? So I think it's a certain.
Interesting.
Yeah, certain ones that do.
Well, I'm assuming like those pros and everything. I mean, so okay, I want to get into the cheating scandal. We'll talk that in a little bit, but is it prevalent in the bigger professional tournaments, or do they have somebody that's always watching them all the time?
There's always somebody watching them.
Once you get to that level, right?
Yes, pro. You always got a guy that's there that weighs the fish. You know?
So once you get to that level, cheating ain't gonna happen, right?
Well,
Or will it?
apparently, I mean, that guy's. I'd assume them guys have somebody. I don't know how that works. Probably not.
You know, I seen the video
Well,
where they, prior to them winning this tournament, I don't know if they were doing their own video, but there was a video of them talking, you know, yeah, we're number one. Yeah, we definitely plan and look, we're going to win this. So I don't know if they, you know, if they've always had this plan or not, but there's a little video on that.
So yeah, I saw that video. So these guys, was this considered a professional walleye league, or?
I want to say, I think it's more in the middle.
Okay.
I'm sure there's bigger
That'd have been good
tournaments,
because
but it was a good one. So it was a good payout.
Yeah.
It's a good
300,000 that year.
I mean,
he had made.
Something like that.
Yeah, just that year. And I mean, he's won Ranger boats. They actually, I seen they seized his boat. and everything.
Yeah.
Seized the boat.
They seized- yeah.
That was either today or yesterday.
Yep. So if everybody's just listening today, at least from what we hear, I believe the authorities seized the boat for evidence. It's not like they haven't been officially charged with anything yet. I don't
there's
think.
charges came up
2
today. I think.
felonies in it and a misdemeanor, I think.
Like 3 charges and 1 indictment or something.
Yeah.
The only thing I can think that they can charge him for is just that specific tournament. Like previous tournaments, there's no evidence. You can't.
Well,
There's
they
no.
brought up. They brought up a tournament that happened in April also. So I think they're looking into that too.
Well, they said
if
they
they
failed
can-
polygraph tests.
Yeah, they failed.
So
That's-
maybe they would try to pick something up on those,
if they
you
can
know.
use that, I mean, it'd be circumstantial evidence.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know.
tough.
It's going to be tough because for previous, but this tournament, I think, I mean, they were caught red-handed.
yeah,
I mean,
caught red-handed.
I don't think you can
love
deny
that
that.
video.
No.
They can't deny that they got caught red-handed. The evidence is literally on everybody's cell phone. You can see that. But my only thing is, because they didn't technically win yet, so I think they can only charge them with maybe like conspiracy to try and cheat. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if they won and they got caught cheating, then it's
Well,
officially.
they told them they took first place, didn't they, on that video?
Yeah.
And then I think there was
So
I
that
think
could
maybe
be
the
it,
team that had second said something.
Yeah.
Because you seen a guy walk up to the guy and then walked off.
Yeah, they
And then
contested
he
it.
said, "Hey, bring the fish back." And then they're like, "Well, I'm just gonna check it out there." I'm guessing when he grabbed it, that's when he felt.
For sure, and it's. I mean, I think this is going to be a long issue.
Oh, yeah.
There's going to be so many turns and twists. I think that's going to happen. Whatever charges, whatever punishment they're
Yep.
going to end up getting. So it's going to be a long, drawn out process. I think.
Yeah, I think they did straight up win because the guy was like, "Oh, these guys are
Yeah,
angler of the
yeah.
year."
So then
and
that
blah
thing.
blah blah.
Yeah. They
So I mean, imagine how much money they stole from. I'm surprised nobody did anything to
Yeah,
them.
that's what everybody's saying.
yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't get their asses kicked.
And the reason why, because they in the past, like, think 3 or 4 years, they already calculated these guys won well over $300,000 worth of prize money and
That
prizes.
was just
all
that year, I think, wasn't it? Like 300,000, I think.
I don't know if it's just
I
one
think
year.
that's over the last few
last
years.
few
Oh,
years.
is that okay? I thought they said that
I think
one
maybe
year.
that's including like the boat that
Yes,
they won. and
for
stuff.
sure. And then, luckily, like I think I said in the last podcast or whatever, but luckily, the guy who was running this tournament, either he was an off-duty police officer or he's a retired police officer. I wasn't sure. He's one of those two for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the reason why he was able to control. He was pissed off. Everybody saw
yeah,
he was,
sure.
but then he was able to calm himself down and calm everybody down. And he told everybody, "Do not harm them." And he's a cop. Nobody's
so
gonna.
nobody touch him.
Nobody touched these guys, and because otherwise, if he wasn't a police officer, I guarantee it, like you guys are saying, he would have got the shit. They both would have gotten the shit kicked out of him.
Well, imagine the guys that he's fished against all these years that end up second place, you know, are the guys that could have been winning these Ranger boats or all this, you know, the big prize money.
Or just being out of the money. They're like 1 or 2 spots away.
It's big. I mean, that's why I want to ask, okay, you guys are tournament anglers. And how would that make you guys feel? Let's just say, like you guys said, you were competitive. And you just found out that the guy who'd been winning first place.
And you're cool with these guys because obviously you guys been fishing the same circuits, you know, and 5 years or whatever, 3 years in a row.
You come to find out because, you know, you guys are struggling. Like, this is a bad year in your eyes. You guys felt like it's a bad year. Then you just found out, oh my God, that guy was that team was cheating. How would that make you guys feel, and what would you have done if you were in that situation?
Angry for sure. I don't know what would have happened, I guess, but I mean, you're going to be pissed. You're going to be mad because you're like, you know, here all these guys are working their asses off or put in the work to win, and then for somebody just to be like, oh, we got this, you know, and cheat and show up like, yeah, we know we got this one. And you're like, God, you know, you see there's guys that win all the time almost, you know. And you never want to think bad about people, but you're like, man, how in the hell they win every single tournament, you know? You're like, you got to have a bad day. I mean, there has to be a bad day you have. So, you know, you don't want to think, you know, you just expect, well, this guy's good, you know, that kid's the man, he gets it done, you know, every time he wins. So, I mean, you just never know, man, because there's been you know, there's some other guys, too, that now that video came out, where they show where there's this, I can't remember the guy's name, but he was catching all these big fish, you know, winning tournaments and had all these state records in these lakes. Well, they caught him on a video snagging.
I just watched that recently.
And transporting him to a different lakes and saying he caught him over this lake. So they gave him the state record for that lake until they really went in depth and they did some testing on the fish and figured, oh, this fish has been in this lake, you know. And you go to tournaments and they're like, oh, that fish looks different than all the other ones, you know. All the other ones are dark and this one's real light, you know, because they're mostly in weeds or whatever. So I mean, that guy had secret compartment in his boat, a live well check. Oh, there ain't nothing there, but he's got something up front somewhere, you know.
I mean, my thoughts are, I would be pissed off the most if I was a tournament angler because of the time away from family, the amount of time you put in, like you guys are saying, pre-fishing, fishing the tournaments, and then, you know, the money you spent for, you know, everything. And then not only that's, you know, you did it legitly, and then somebody.
I mean, that's like they're just taking your money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know, you got $120. Let me get those 120. You know, and just taking it from you.
Just a big slap in the face.
It'd be tough, man. I don't know. I can't say
I can't say I would harm them. Who knows? I mean, the intentions would be there, but. You know, I don't know, being put in that position and actually, you know, being right there, and who knows? I know emotions will fly. You know.
It'd be tough.
Yeah, you can hear guys in the background. I knew it. All these years, they knew it.
You might have to start carrying the 2x4 with me.
They accused them of cheating before, you know?
Yeah, I don't know if you heard the audio from the weigh-in, but when they weighed in their big fish, which was like 7.9 pounds, there's a guy, you hear him like, he said, yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, the fish look almost they're smaller in their weighing.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you seen them, I'm sorry, they shoved them weights in them.
That's funny, because their quote-unquote big fish was 7.9.
Crazy.
But their total weight was 33.
Yeah.
So they didn't even know which fish was the big weight.
Right.
Because you would think, 4 fish, 33 pounds.
Jeez. Second was what, like 17 or 6? I can't remember what they said.
Second place was like 20, low 20s.
Okay,
yeah, low 20s.
But dude, that's like how many, like 12-pound difference?
Oh, dude, I mean,
almost double.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's double from 16 to 32. It's almost double.
From 16, but he said it was like 20. I think.
I think the average bag weight was like 20. Low 20s.
Okay. Yeah.
But for the whole circuit or series or whatever, they needed 16 pounds to get first place, which was I think they needed to get 10th, which was 16 pounds.
Mm-hmm. I mean, which is possible because they're fishing these good. I mean, you're talking 8-pounders. You know, you get a few 8-pounders. You're you're doing good.
But you look at those
Yeah,
walleyes.
no,
We see
there's
them things that
no
when
way
they said
those
the
are
weight,
7
I'm
and
like,
8
what?
pounds.
That's
No
why the guy
way.
brought it up.
Those are like state record fish for us.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. And we were just talking about it. I'm like, everybody knew these guys. If they didn't fill them in with those weights, they would have won.
Oh,
They
yeah.
still would have won.
They
But
probably would've.
but they were just so used to it, I think, and they were so used to just getting away with it.
Oh, they had that figured
was-
out. 'Cause
yeah.
they were
Yeah,
using
yeah.
walleye fillets
Yeah.
to block. When usually nobody
Yeah.
touches your fish.
For sure.
If you go to the weigh-in, the guy opens the bag. All right, here, give me your big fish. Put it in. They roll it, and they'll put it down, and that's it.
Yeah.
Then you grab your fish out.
The thing was too, though, a lot of people said we should have noticed that there was something fishy with these guys. The reason why is they said that so at the end of these tournaments, these walleyes, most of the anglers, the tournament guys, were donating the fish. These guys were never donating their fish. They were always keeping their fish. So everybody else who's in the tournament was donating the fish to whatever they're going to give it away to the feed. These guys kept keeping their fish. And then on top of that, I don't even think they're from Ohio or they're from
No,
other
one of them's from Ohio. One of them's a local. The other guy's
Okay.
from Pennsylvania.
So the thing was that they were wanting to keep their fish all the time, and they were supposedly they were the only team that kept keeping their fish. So that should have been a red flag. That okay, why are they
Well,
not?
they accused them of cheating before, and they they
but-
filled polygraphs, and then
Yeah.
people brought it up like these guys are cheating.
Yeah.
But they still,
They let them fish.
So I don't know how the whole sponsorship works, for people like that have been cheating, and they're getting Ranger boats and they're getting like these big ticket items. If that's something that the companies can be like, what, we're gonna sue these guys somehow, or
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think they can because it will be because I think we were speaking with was it Hank on a previous podcast. I think they can do a civil suit, these companies, because they can be like, you defamed or you
Made it
hurt
look bad.
Yeah, you hurt our
What is
image.
that, like defamation or
Something like that.
Yeah.
So they can probably do something that on a civil side. I don't know. We might have to get like a lawyer or one day on the podcast that can explain this shit
I
to
don't
us.
think we're gonna get that in depth into it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be bad to get a lawyer who loves fishing. Yeah, that's what we need to find out. A lawyer.
That's very, very specific.
You know what? We actually got out of a ticket.
Yeah.
See?
Well, speed racer over here, Leadfoot.
Oh.
Leadfoot.
He said, I don't know what, I thought he was going to go around somebody, and all of a sudden he's like, and I'm like, what the hell are you doing? He's like, dude, there's a cop behind him, and I turned like, oh, that's a sheriff. I said, yeah, bring it.
Oh.
So I'm already laughing at him.
But you got out of the ticket, huh?
He likes fishing.
Oh.
Yeah, but he tried to
See?
get because we swerved, so.
Okay. Actually, me and my buddy Bo, he had a tail light that was out. We got pulled over in Polk City.
Yeah.
And the guy that pulled us over, he fishes too.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
The guy was like, you guys get it? Where'd you guys fish? We're like, oh, right here, 12 Mile. He's like, you guys do good? We're like, yeah, we didn't do too bad. He said, where were you guys at?
Right.
So he just sat there
Give
talking
him the
to
tips, man. You gotta get,
No, we weren't speeding, but because Jose went to go around, but then he was like cut back because he seen the cop behind us.
Yeah.
So the guy's like, well, what's up with these guys? So he pulled us over. Yeah.
See? Giving the fish intel. You don't have cleavage. Giving the fish
I had the phone out ready to give him all the waypoints.
That's for
Yeah, he thought we're just checking you guys are all right. He said, see you guys. That's how we were going to go around them, but
So,
Right.
so you guys are in tournament scene. I just want to ask: is cheating prevalent? Because obviously we don't know. Do you guys know of any other?
you never know, man.
Yeah.
You just never know.
I can't say it does, and I can't say it doesn't.
You don't know what you don't
I
know.
don't know.
Yeah.
No, it's just there was an incident this year, but I rather not speak on it because I don't know if it's true.
just
or
never
not.
You can't say for sure.
No, you
right?
can't-
So
yeah,
you
yeah.
can't say
People
for
win,
sure.
I mean, like I said, there's guys that win every tournament. They win,
know,
and you can be like, man, them dudes.
Maybe
there's
they're just
people,
that good,
they're
or
just
you
that
know.
good.
Yeah.
You never want to think that of anybody, You'd be like, oh, that dude's probably just a beast.
Yeah.
There's some guys that are
if
they're just good at what they do.
yeah.
Yeah.
If I was that good, I'd be definitely trying to be like, I'm going where big money is at.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, it's tough saying, man. You just never know.
I want the whole litter box, the whole Not just a
nuggets in it.
yeah. No. I want the whole kit and caboodle. Let's go to St. Clair and chase them to smallmouth.
Do you guys think this, for them getting caught the way they caught, is a good thing for the sport?
I think it is because it might kind of keep somebody from like, oh man, I don't want to. So
I think it'll make the cheaters think about it.
Yes.
Oh
most
shit.
definitely.
So if they've been cheating and winning, they're probably, oh crap, we better not.
Yeah.
We better leave this alone for a while.
So it's gonna make them think twice.
Yeah.
And then also I think it also helps people who are putting on these tournaments to maybe double check the fish a little bit. You know, when you're weighing them, like feel them a little bit. See
Yeah, you never know, man.
know.
I mean, like what they did, though, I mean, even if they did, you know,
They did it out in the lake.
Yeah, it had
live
lays
wells
in
are
there.
checked before you go out. You know, there's a bond, there's a trust that everybody builds. You know, and you know, to break that bond and break that trust, it's just it's just
It'd be
devastating.
tough to swallow. You know,
It's crazy how there were fillets in there too.
yeah, they're trying to block the
So they
feeling
don't-
of the weight.
So you can't feel them, and number two is that they don't click.
Yeah.
That's why they're like they don't hit each other. And then there's like I heard there's also other ways like people were, you know, supposedly cheating before, like they put ice inside fish. So the ice melts, so there's no evidence.
So
the
just water in
yes. So I've even heard
weight
that.
to help.
That's what I've
Hey,
heard.
we're not
people-
supposed to like give them ideas. Hey, don't give out any ideas.
You know, I don't tournament fish, so I don't give a shit. So, but I've heard that, you know, there's so many different ways that people have supposedly cheated in the past, like pre catching stuff and putting it on the shore or something, or, you know, on a stringer or a line or something. You go get it, or just like I said, ice into the fish, which makes sense. I can see that. I can understand people doing that, but yeah, it's just you just hope they don't. It should be a trust that
It is most definitely.
It's like a relationship, you just never know.
But man,
What you gonna get?
I guess you're right. I guess you're right on that. Yeah, it
Cheating
is.
on you never know.
Yeah,
Till you catch them all these years. Yeah.
Damn tournament fishing cheater.
Ruin my relationship at home. You cheating on me, woman? Where are the fillets at? To check you.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think though it sheds light that all right, everybody when you weigh the fish tournament wise, they have to be more diligent in regards to checking the fish, you know, checking everything, watching.
Oh, and I bet they're going to be now. I bet especially specifically them. You know, when they go away, I'm sure they're going to be. They're going to be touching their stomach. I guarantee
Walleyes
they
and
are now,
everything
you know?
for sure.
I mean, you catch bass, sometimes you can feel, like when they're eating crawfish, you know, they say check them, you know, because sometimes they're fat and you go grab them, they're just not very hard, but then you'll go squeeze and you'll feel some real hard spots in them from eating all them crawfish they're eating.
Fresh
and stuff like
crawfish,
that.
Yeah. So because you guys are bass fishermen on the tournament scene, so when you guys catch all those fish, do you guys just release? Is it catch and release, or are they just all kept alive, or
Yeah, we put
Are
them
you
in the live
donating them to a soup kitchen afterwards?
Yeah.
Or what are you guys doing?
We don't like to donate them after we're done
To
fishing.
the
We just
fish
take 'em home.
line. To the fish line. No, we keep ours.
Yeah, we keep ours every time we go.
the green carps?
Yeah, no,
They're
we just
actually-
take them in.
Yeah, it's actually a good eating fish. It
I've
really
never
is.
eaten one.
It's fine.
No, that's good.
It's fine.
It's white meat.
Yeah, I haven't had issues when I've eaten them before. So
I've never tried
no. Might choke on a bone, but
My dad got me like that.
they're not bad eating.
Right, Jose?
Yeah.
Well, so my dad used to work at Iowa Asphalt, go crush rocks, you know, for a different company.
Yeah.
So we got permission to fish the lake. So he's like, yeah, you want to go fish there? I'm like, yeah. And I call Jose and said, let's go, dude. There's probably some giants in there. So we start catching. First one I catch on a jig, it was like 5.5. My dad, as soon as he sees it, oh, that's for the grill. And I'm like, no, I'm like, not this one. He's like, no, that one. I'm like, no, not this one. He's laughing. He said, yeah, that looks good for the grill. I tell you what, this asshole didn't touch his bass rod. until I got 5 fish. And my dad's like, all right, that's all I wanted was 5. And then he started picking up his rod and started fishing. But I caught all of them were like 5, 5.5. I mean, they had a big bag. And my dad, I was just looking at the fish, they're on the string, and I'm like, man, I'm all sad about it.
I used to have a video of it, and the fish are just swimming with the boat.
Backs of string and dude, I'm like, damn.
They were just big, thick, big bass.
Yeah, I kept trying to talk to him. No, the small ones probably taste better. No, those are good. I'm like,
that's funny. That's how an older Asian, like my uncle or his uncle.
100%.
That's how an older Asian person would think. Like, bigger is better.
Yeah, bigger is better.
Like, that's a 5-pound bass. Oh yeah, that looks real good.
It's got meat on that one.
That's exactly it's 100%. Spot on because the uncle's like, actually, my uncles got mad sometimes when they see our videos once in a while. Like, what the hell are you releasing all those for? We're gonna eat that, man. Just bring them. Like, they get upset because they have that old school mentality of like, you catch it, you have to eat it because you never know if you're gonna catch a fish tomorrow or next day. I'm just like
I don't know where your parents come from, but
it's the same.
Yeah, they look at it as like you're throwing away food.
Yes.
Yeah, anything that has to do with like. It's Hispanics really, Mexico, especially like they that love eating fish or oil, any of that stuff.
Yeah,
they're like, they'll tell me, God, let me see what you get this way. Did you bring them? No. Why not? I eat fish. Bring me fish.
Yep.
My dad's like, why didn't you bring me any? You go fishing, you gonna bring me no walleye. I'm like, Dad, it's like 115 degrees outside. I'm not catching any walleye. He's like, oh, I'm sure you caught some. You just threw it back.
Yeah.
No, I said, I'm like, well, bring me some big bass again. I'm like, no.
It's funny. The older Asians in our community that watch my videos, they hate the fact that I throw back so much fish.
It's true.
You get hate comments on
it. They don't comment.
They don't
dislike the video.
He gets it in person.
Oh, he gets in person or like through one of my friends.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like his videos. Yeah. He throws back fish.
The craziest door.
But I appreciate them watching it, though. I appreciate the fact that they watch.
It's so funny, though.
It pisses them off that I throw back
pisses them off, and he gets hated on for releasing.
That's actually happened to me on the river or anything.
Yeah.
You got some Hispanic guys who are like, hey, they're fishing. I'm catching fish, and I'm throwing. They're like, no, don't throw it back.
What are you doing?
And I'm like, I don't take it. Oh, no, give them to me. I said, no. I said, I'm throwing them back, and you could just see their face. They're like, this son of a,
He's like, man, this is my brother. Why is he throwing back that fish?
Right? Yeah. My buddy Otis, I grew up with him. I grew up when we was kids, and he said, you want to go fish? I'm like, yeah. So I'm catching these crappies, and I'm like, he said, oh, that's a good one. And I'm like, he looks at that thing. He said, what are you doing? I mean, he got upset. He loves fish. I eat fish. I don't know why you're doing that. I mean, he'll take whatever. He said, that's a sandwich. He'll have a walleye out of his pocket. I said, what are you doing? That's a sandwich. I said, by the time you put it in grease, that thing already dissolved. There's nothing left. That's a sandwich. He tell y'all, dude. I haven't seen him in a while, but he loves fish.
Yeah.
He'll eat everything. It don't matter. Carp. He eats it all. Buffalo. He loves buffalo.
Buffalo's underrated. Buffalo's really good.
He loves buffalo.
Buffalo's not bad.
Yeah.
I've never ate, but he loves. I like buffalo. Yep.
That would be one of the most underrated eating fish I think out there is buffalo. Freshwater wise.
I don't know if it's New York or I think I seen a video where they take all these carps and everything, and then there's a restaurant that sells like chunks of this fish. And they charge money for it.
I bet.
Yeah, like if you're eating
a
salmon or tuna. I'm like, wow. You gotta find a restaurant here that likes them like that.
Really? Stock them up.
Yeah.
So if you guys hear the background, it is popping here.
It is. It's busy now.
Y'all gotta come check out Ken's Not So Speakeasy. It is popping right now, so that's why.
Nice setup. I like it. Reminds me of the actual Speakeasy steak place.
Low
line, it's
Chicago Speakeasy.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yep. That's cool.
Yeah. It's a nice atmosphere.
It's pretty cool.
I like stuff like this. I don't like going where you can't walk and you're just kind of
excuse me. Excuse me.
Yeah. So what is your guys' plans this year? Hitting the ice?
We the last probably like 6-7 episodes we've been pumping up the ice.
Yeah.
Like we're I don't know, we're fiending, but we're excited this year.
Yeah.
This like he was saying on the last podcast, I think this is the first year that I'm pumped up. I'm jacked up for ice fishing because
I wouldn't say the first year, but it's my first year in a while where I'm like, okay, I am excited.
You're ready.
I get depressed.
Well, hopefully we can all get together and make a day of it. But
for sure.
I get depressed.
Clear
I'll be
Lake, I'm not a big fan of Clear
I'm
Lake.
done going up there. I told him, I said, I will wait. I do not want to go up there no more.
We won't even edit out that lake name.
Yeah.
we'll even say Clear Lake. We'll probably.
But the last time that we saw each other out there, it was a good time.
Yeah.
It was good. It was
Dude,
fun.
that's the day the tent flew and we fell, remember?
Oh, that was funny.
We were walking, that wind was kicking. And
Oh wait, I'm thinking about the time before that. It was a good time.
That time
The
it
last
was.
time was awful.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
that day was bad.
Yes.
Dude. That wind was kicking. We had
Dude.
trying to drag the sled, and here being Jose.
Yep, you guys got flipped over.
Yeah.
Thing flies over us, hits us, and rolls over.
I was thinking of the Asian Bass Day. That was a good time.
Yeah, that was a good.
That was a good time.
Dude, you used to go in there and just drop it. It was like white bass. Just,
Oh my-
the yellow bass was just
Yeah.
insane.
Like I don't need sonar, whatever.
Yeah, no, you just pick a hole. You just go to the holes and
Drill holes, just drop them down.
I want to say, what do you think? That was like 4 years ago now.
at least
'Cause I think the last
4 years ago.
The
yeah.
last 2 to 3 years
Hasn't
has
been very
been
good.
rough.
Yeah.
Even the yellow bass bonanza they do was
YBB.
just like,
Yeah.
the YBB just. I mean, people they did their job and they put a beat.
They
on
did.
it.
They put a beat down on them.
They
You
do.
get them, they're
Yeah.
bigger.
Yeah,
now
they are
now the
bigger.
perch have room to grow now.
I
But,
think
you
that
know-
lake's going to be a good perch lake at some point. I
Well,
bet.
did you think were they bigger last year for the perch? You think because the last 3 years, it started off at like 4 inches,
Yeah, a little
5
minnows.
inches.
I think it's just gonna get better year after year.
It's going to
every
explode.
year.
Dude.
So you guys do think
I
it's
mean,
gonna
it seems
be-
like now that they knocked the yellow bass down, it's like all of a sudden all you smack are yellow perch.
Yeah.
I never caught a yellow perch there the times I went.
That's
until
true.
these last 3 years that we've gone.
Yeah, I feel like the yellow perch have filled that role that the yellow bass
Yeah.
are doing.
Yeah.
Maybe like to even more extreme extent because
Yeah.
it's like you're catching a bunch of dinky guys.
They're like
Yeah.
this big and they
Yeah.
eat big old spoons and everything.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true. They would eat anything that you
Yeah.
threw
Yeah.
at them.
Eat
You're
the
right.
hook.
Hopefully they grow fast soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that lake's gonna be real good. I think it's gonna be a real good perch lake.
Should be a good walleye lake. I mean,
Yeah.
that's walleye should be.
That'll
feeding on
probably
those.
get even better too. That they change all the slot limits.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel
most
like
definitely.
perch is an easier forage compared to what a yellow bass would be.
Oh,
Yeah.
The yellow bass are they're the temperate bass, super fast fish, super aggressive. Perch,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, them walleye, they
those
love
walleyes,
them.
yeah.
They love them perch.
Yeah.
I bet walleyes are getting stuffed.
That's what
on
they
those
was
perch.
smacking them on.
Oh my God!
That little deep diver on you. Looked like a perch,
Yeah.
killing them.
Oh,
And these things were hitting so hard they would knock the
Oh,
rod out of
It was a
hand.
blast,
Damn.
dude. That rod was just going. Smack. You're like, oh.
Yeah,
jeez.
I mean,
nice fat 27.5 inch.
Wow.
Yeah, they were all over
Fat.
25 inches because it's
Yeah.
got to be what is it, 19 to 25,
Yeah,
something like that. But I mean,
You
they
could-
were all over. You were
Really?
I
Yeah.
caught 2 or 3 that were like 18, almost 19 inches. We could have kept, but when you want to keep them, you're like, man, well, I don't know why we're not keeping them. At least 4 or whatever the limit is. After that, it's like you can't catch anything that's over or under. Everything's just
Right in the.
man, and you can only keep
yeah.
one. I think
Over
that's
25.
Over 25.
Maybe we should not bleep out the lake. Yeah. If you guys are telling me if the walleye's not good.
Well, not that.
no,
lake.
no, not
No,
Clear
not
Lake.
the lake.
No,
Not Clear- okay.
This
That's the one-
Lake X.
Oh,
Lake
okay.
X,
Lake X.
the one we got kicked off because
Yeah.
we was putting a beat down on them damn things.
So you guys gotta get off the lake. All the other guys are complaining.
Oh boy.
Dude, it was like at the same time. I mean, Jose's like, "Ooh," he's like, "Oh, dude, this big." And then my rod's like, smack. I set the hook. I said, dude, I got a giant.
Jeez.
We're trying to get that in the net. That's coming over. My buddy Aaron's like, just cut the line because I had to get the net to put,
Wow.
so we can
Yeah.
get the other one in the boat. So we just cut the crankbait
Oh,
off.
it's the lake that you
Yeah.
sent me pictures from.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
And so hooking that on. We're like, oh my god,
Yeah.
dude, it was nonstop. It was just
Really?
Yeah.
we
Do
caught
you-
so many walleyes.
Do you think the ice season will be phenomenal there then for them?
I think it usually is.
Yeah.
I don't know much
Yeah.
about fishing up when you go up north anymore. I don't know nothing about that up there.
Okay.
You got to put your time in.
Gotcha.
Up there, especially on. That's a big lake.
It
It's a
is.
big
That's what I
lake.
was saying, yeah.
There's a lot of
Yeah,
structure
there's big
there.
lakes out
There's
there.
you got to put the time in. You have to put the time in because you can go in there blind, and a lot like Emerson Bay, people will just group up in there, and
Well, we had live
places like that.
live map master.
Yeah,
Live map master. That dude's good.
Live map
My
master.
buddy Aaron. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
He knows them. He knows them graphs, man. I
Yeah.
was like trying to learn off him, watching him. And
yeah,
he knows
Yeah.
the stuff. He's just like, oh, look at this, and I'm like, oh, that looks good. And it's funny because so we pull up to his spot, and he bends over, looks at his screen. He's like, yeah. He goes like this. He's like money, and he points. He goes, yep, money. And he goes like this, and I'm like, swear when it first cast, and I'm like, shoot. He's like, are you kidding me? He said, oh, I'm done with this. I'm done doing this. He said, I'm out here just, what do you say? What is it? When they take you out to go fish, whatever.
Guide service.
Yeah,
Guide
he said,
service.
I'm
Aaron's-
done. He said, I just go and point. You guys are catching fish, and I'm over here. He said, I gotta grab the net. He said,
Aaron's guide service
yeah,
here.
he said, I ain't even got ready yet or situated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a rough start though up there. It was suicide
Oh, yeah.
watch at first.
Gotcha.
Turn around. Jose's got a thing that he can throw. I mean, I like natural color baits,
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Me too.
Jose
Same
will,
here.
Yeah,
Same
Jose will. It's obviously not stupid because he catches fish. But for me, I can say just a stupid color, chartreuse and blue or whatever it is, and he's
Yeah.
like, got him, and I'm like, what? And he can just throw off the back of the boat in the middle of nowhere and catch something.
That's funny.
And I'm just like, God damn it. And I just like natural bait whites or, something that looks like a shad or,
Yeah.
and I'm just in here and then I'm at the store and I'm like, I better get me one of these because he was and then I can't get a damn bite on one. I can't get a bite. I'm just like, should never bought that stupid thing. It just sits there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat, man. I just throw a ton of natural colors, and when I fish with other people, they're like changing baits every
Yeah.
5 minutes.
Yeah,
trying
yeah.
every different color combination.
Yeah, especially,
out there.
you see that,
Eye
like you were
candy.
catching them, when you were catching on wipers and stuff off the bank. Kid's like, the other guy's like, man, what's going on?
Yeah, like, I'm trying this. I'm gonna change this.
You're like, oh,
Yeah.
what's he? But the funny thing is that sometimes people are so stuck in their ways with the baits they have. He can be catching, nonstop, and he will not change to that bait. Always wants to put something different.
Yeah.
And I'll catch myself I'm like, God, I said, well, I'll try this one. Even though I know Kid or Jose or you got white on or whatever, I want to throw a black bait or, a blue, anything but the bait.
I
he's
think it's like a pride thing. Like
It is.
I won't stoop to his level.
Yeah.
To
You're like,
his
no.
level.
I'll show this guy.
I'm showing I can get him too, and you're like,
Like it's not the color.
No.
It's not the color.
Yep. And you can tell, man, grab one of these. Oh, this one, I'm gonna try this, and that thing will break your back until you finally like, can I get a bait?
Let me try one of
All
those.
right, your manhood, everything's gone.
Yeah.
Can I get one of those?
It's
Right.
true.
Yeah, it's like a pride thing
It
because even for me, I'm throwing basically the same 3 colors constantly. I'm like, man, this guy's catching fish. I don't want to be like, hey, Jose,
Can I get one of those?
can I get one of those?
Yeah,
Pride.
it's just you just sit there, then you see it pull another good fish.
Be
You're
like, they're pretty expensive out here on the water.
just tripled in price.
Too funny, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be tough, man, to be like, all right, I'm gonna switch.
Yeah.
But and that's the thing for tournaments, when we do tournaments, like I'll see him and I'm like, I do not want to throw that thing, 'Cause I love throwing a jig and stuff like that, but I'm just like,
Yeah.
I better change, and I'll change, and we just start catching them.
Yeah.
It's just baits you don't want to throw.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like throwing swim baits, bigger baits, 3-inch swim
Yep.
baits, whatever. And then my buddy will be catching stuff on crappie jigs.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yep.
oh.
There's
Oh,
a
that's
time of the
happened.
year, man, that we're
There's a time of the year for
the
that.
walleyes.
There is.
Yeah.
They will not eat anything that's
Big.
any size to it.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I was literally throwing them little what do you call those little crappie baits? The ones with the little pass
Sliders.
Yeah.
Sliders.
Yeah, sliders. Yep.
Bam. They're like, you got another one, just killing them on little baits.
Yeah.
And I think that's what to do with the the shad population here. They're either yay big, yay big, but you notice a certain time of year they're just about that big.
They're
You know what I
spitting
mean?
them out, little small fries.
And so they go.
That was the day at Big Creek.
It's a change up. Yeah, they wanted small.
Inch and a half.
At Sailorville, that happened.
Not
to
even
us
an
at
inch.
Sailorville.
Just all plastic, almost thrown it. And dude, they were smashing it every cast.
Oh my God!
Man, I turned the lights. I'm like, dude, there's a ton of fish over there. I don't know what that is. And it was the wiper. I mean, just every cast.
Yeah.
It was just retarded how much fish we had.
Infestation.
Yeah, it was walleye, and I'm like, Jesus, dude. I mean, and nice ones,
Yeah.
Right.
Big Creek's
Good day.
getting good.
Yeah, I was fishing with my buddy Bo on one of our fishing trips, and he's throwing crappie jigs, and he's out fishing me 6-1.
Yeah.
I'm throwing swim baits. Okay, I'll switch to spoons. It'll be the spoons that gets it. Nope. And like, oh, okay, he's got his 8th fish. Like, oh man, I gotta swallow my pride. Bo, give me a crappie jig, please, because. Me being who I am, I didn't bring crappie jigs.
No,
Right.
I mean, you're not expecting to go fish, with
Yeah.
crappie jig.
For sure.
That's why you carry that variety pack with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went crappie fishing, right? We're looking for structure. Jose's, 30 foot, just pitching out the back. Oh, got one. What? I turn around. Where'd you get one at? There's nothing there. He's just, I don't know. He just gets one. Or he'll have a bad day and then he ends up getting the big fish of the day.
Yeah.
Yep, that's.
That helps.
Yeah,
That helps for your day.
He had
That's what I came
a few tournaments where it was, I don't know what was going on. Everything he did was just, dangerous. I've almost got hit with the jigs. Almost got hooked.
It was bad.
I'm going to get ready to cast because I got this bait that I'm catching fish with, and all of a sudden it's like. I'm like, what the heck? He's all the way up to his line's coming all the way to the back of the boat, grabs my line, rips it off, and I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, well, what do you got? I'm like, well, here. And he ties something on. He's like, bro, I cannot. He said, you got that stupid ass rig going on. It landed in the water and it was like, and I'm like, he's just had, and I've had those days where it'll get under your skin.
Yeah, it does.
Because you see him having fun, and he's just, and I'm like in the back, like, you just want to kick him. But you can't because we got to win.
I think that's how a lot of my friends feel 90% of the time when they fish with me.
Oh, yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, asshole.
And you get to the point, I'm like, screw it. I'll be the net bitch. Just bring him in.
Yeah, I was the net bitch. Bastard.
Get the net.
But
It's purposely want to just hit the fish or he loses it.
Like, whoops.
Whoops, sorry.
Oh, yeah. Like you jab the fish with the net instead of
Get the hooks all stuck on the net. Oops,
sorry.
Yeah.
especially the big one. What'd you do? Accident.
Yeah.
But we definitely got to get on the ice together this year, guys.
Sure.
We'll set something up. It'll be fun. We do local wherever. It doesn't even matter.
I think we did that with who? I don't know. I think it was like Saturn and a few other friends. We had the little grill out. They were doing
For sure.
hot. We were doing whatever on there.
We definitely.
But
do
that's
that.
when the yellow bass were on fire up there. You just drop down. You're catching fish.
You sit there drinking beer.
You didn't have to be looking. You just drop it. And it was like,
Hopefully one day, I don't know, man, because they're somewhat considered invasive. I don't know if they'll ever come back to.
I don't think they ever will, man.
I don't think so either.
I think it got to the point where people are now they look for them and they're getting big ones, but
you're not going to catch.
I don't think it's going to.
You're not going to catch your sled full.
Yeah,
No.
that lake gets a lot of pressure out there on the ice.
And people
They
appreciate
get out
them
there.
now.
Yeah.
People appreciate
Yeah,
it.
now that they catch them,
most
like,
definitely.
ooh.
Yeah, like,
They do.
hey, I like this fish.
Yeah.
They do.
And I think the yellow perch have moved in to fill that role that they used to play.
Right. Yeah. Most definitely.
Now they're just bait fish now.
Yeah.
For all the other, they were bait fish before, but
Yeah.
them suckers were taking that lake over.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think it's over with there.
You anything else for Jose and Daniel, Kit?
Yeah, I feel like we should probably try to wind this down. It's getting a little, it's bumping in here.
Yeah.
But if our audience wants to
Lights
reach
going.
out to you guys, where can they find you guys?
They can find us on our page, Rivera and our Sanchez and Rivera Fishing.
Yep.
Reach out, send out a message. We'll get back to you. Danny's one of the ones who likes being in that network. I'm not a big network
Jose
guy.
does not want anything to do with it.
I just,
I'm like, well, you gotta help me out on there. You talk to somebody.
I've never been a fan of
Social media?
Social media, yeah.
Yeah.
Never been a fan of that. You know what I mean? It's just
I like talking to people, especially people
gossip. I hate
that
it.
don't know maybe, or just they love fishing but they just can't catch fish.
Yeah.
So I've had like some people that say, man, hey, can you help me out, or can you give me some fish? Yeah, I'll get you some fish.
Yeah.
Have a few crappie, and take them to them, but. Because I've been there where I'm like, man, that sucked. I can do that damn thing.
Yeah.
Until you get out there, I think people just get too wrapped into what they should throw.
Right.
Instead of just throwing the simple, just like I said, natural color, just shad's what we got. Shad.
Yeah, just throw it.
Yeah, just grab
throw
that
it.
something, throw it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Sometimes you get caught up in all the special, little techniques, and sometimes just a simple bait that just
Don't think
catches them.
Yeah, don't think too hard about it. Just
Yeah,
throw it.
Yeah, and that used to be me. I used to go with saying, I'm like, God, what should I throw? I'm over here asking, hey, what should I throw? And I'm sure it gets annoying after a while. He's like, well, I don't know, just put something on, try to see what he's using, or
For sure.
Yeah, I think
so
that's the biggest thing that gets people just wrapped up where they don't catch fish because they're so they just don't know.
Yeah.
They get worked up.
Yeah, they overthink it.
Overwhelmed.
They overthink it.
Overthink it. Just go with
keep
the flow.
it simple. Yeah.
Keep it simple.
Don't overcomplicate it.
No. Yeah.
Just throw
Got a
it.
white twister to throw it out there.
Yeah.
It'll work.
It'll work.
White or green. You'll catch a carp.
Yeah, it'll work.
Hey, it's a
But
fish.
Yeah.
Look us up on Sanchez and River Fishing or on our Facebook,
Okay.
We're both on, either one. Reach out to Daniel. Daniel will probably get to you.
So
quicker
reach
than
to
I do.
Jose.
Yeah, but
He might get to you back to you in a year.
Yeah.
if you blow me up, I'll get back to you.
Be on silent.
There you guys go, dude. That's awesome, man. Hey, I truly appreciate you guys just jumping on with us, man. It's been fun. We'll definitely do it again, and we'll definitely do ice fishing with you guys for sure this year. But yeah, we'll
We
put
got a
all.
spot we can go to. The
Okay.
kid probably knows about it, but
Okay.
yeah, he knows about it. Now he knows about it.
Yeah. We'll talk about it offline.
Yeah, offline.
Yeah.
But for sure, we'll put all the links and everything to Jose and Daniel's, how you guys want to get a hold of them. Just follow them and everything. I'll put it in the show notes and stuff. So, but other than that, man, it's popping here. So we're about to maybe have some more beverages. We'll see. But I don't know if the Bears are playing today, so I might.
Wait, who did they play?
Huh? Today,
who
the
did
Bears
they
play the Commanders,
The Commanders.
Washington?
Washington. So
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are good.
as much as I love my Bears to say that, nah.
I know my younger brother's probably eating his nails. Like, come on.
There.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
There we go. We shall see though. But other than that, man, I appreciate you guys. You know what? Best of luck. I can't wait to hear you guys on year 4. That's gonna be exciting to hear you guys on year 4.
Hopefully we don't get fourth.
Hope
On our fourth
you
year.
won't, man.
Well,
You
because
won't.
the first year, first, second, then third.
No.
So hopefully.
That's a negativity thinking,
Hey,
man.
fourth is better than fifth.
Yeah.
Unless
Ain't
there's
that
only
right?
5 teams.
It'll be like it is nowadays. Good job. You got 14. Here's a ribbon.
Oh boy.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, everybody. Till
Appreciate
next
you guys
time.
having
Oh
us.
no! Before we log off, don't forget leave a review.
Share.
Don't forget
Share.
Don't forget check out Fishing Kid's YouTube channel. Make sure you guys get his ass up. Check out Mob Hop Fishing channel. It is
Sake fishing.
Yep. Socket fishing.
Socket fishing.
Right here.
Johnston
Right
bait-
There you
here.
guys go.
Johnston bait and tackle.
Logo.
Tech.
Yeah. Johnson
And then-
bait and tackle.
At this time, by the time this podcast is released, make sure you guys go check out the Iowa 24. Fishing Kid and myself was in this competition. We don't even do competitive fishing.
Yep.
So go check out those videos. It should be, I think the first and second leg should be out by now once this podcast is out.
Yeah,
Go
it's
check
coming
it
out
out.
tomorrow. The first leg's coming out tomorrow.
for us personally.
Right.
So go check that out. Go, you know what? We fished our asses off, so you guys are gonna want to see how we did. So
All right. Sounds
Be
great.
waiting for it.
It looks like I know how to run a boat.
there you
Oh,
go.
yeah?
Yep. Gonna
I
have
was
to-
impressed. I was going back through the fridge like, wow, it looks like I know what I'm doing.
Yep.
Kid
Nice.
said, I know what I'm doing. I'm getting one now.
There
That's
you go.
basically what it was.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty
We have
much.
some fun videos like that.
Oh, man.
Yep. So other than that, guys, till next
Appreciate you
time.
guys having us, man.
Pow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Peace.